Put your back into it.
You really think we can shut this thing down?
I don't know yet. Sam's decoded part of the language.
Indexing. Translation complete.
Let's see what we have.
I'll be damned. It's working. You did it.
We need an emergency extraction now.
They're spinning up the shuttle. ETA is 3, maybe 4 minutes.
We don't have that long. Deep breath. What are you...
Initiating transfer.
Move! He's going into cardiac arrest.
Pulse is weakening. Tell the Ark to prep medbay. Come on! Pulse dropping. We're losing.
It's a seizure. His brain can't handle the connection. Get him to Sam node. Sam, what's the reading?
Rider's implant is overloading. I suggest a hardwire connection.
Do it.
There!
Welcome back, Scott.
What happened?
You were clinically dead for 22 seconds.
Did the rest of the team make it?
Hey, you're still with us. Guys, get to Sam node. Ryder's awake. Who are you talking to?
Sam.
I didn't hear him.
You're up. Look here. And here.
My father. Where?
It was your life or his. And he chose you. I'm sorry, Scott. I know this must be a blow.
Honestly, we weren't close. I never really knew him growing up.
I know he could be distant, but he once said that when his time came, he wanted to go out among stars no one had seen before.
What are we doing in Sam node?
Sam is now part of you, in a way we don't entirely understand. It played havoc with your brain.
Sam?
Your father authorized the transfer of Pathfinder authority to you.
Shouldn't that be Cora?
In theory. In reality, you're the new Pathfinder, Scott.
You can't be serious.
What's the matter? I think you're up for it.
That's easy enough to say. But going out there and doing it? I barely survived that last mission. Hell, technically I didn't.
But you're alive and kicking now. You're not a quitter, that's for sure.
It's all academic anyway. Sam's linked to your mind on a deeper level now. Trying to untangle it could kill you. I know this is tough, but we need to start thinking about the next step. A lot of people are counting on us.
Is the Ark still drifting?
That's the thing. Whatever your dad did with that tower, it saved the day. Some sort of atmosphere scrubber.
The energy cloud thinned out. We're on our way to the rally point now. Should be at the Nexus soon. He needs to rest first. He's got 2 hours. We'll need our Pathfinder for this.
Oh, I checked on your sister. There's still no change. But if you can pull through, so can she. A bit of your dad in both of you.
Your father will be missed.
What's going on, Sam?
This is our private channel. I shared it with him.
Why did he do it? Why me?
Unknown, but he never acted without reason. Alec wouldn't want us to lose sight of the goal. He said pain emboldens our resolve. He'd insist we grow stronger from his passing.
Wait, the entrance into Andromeda. Someone's a little jealous.
Ryder, good to see you on your feet. We're at the Nexus. It's the forward hub for the entire Andromeda initiative. The Asari, Solarian, and Turian arcs should be there too.
Let's hope they've had better luck.
Starting our approach now.
It's almost as big as the Citadel back home.
Nexus Control, this is Arc Hyperion requesting docking clearance. Captain, I'm only getting their automated approach channel, not a live person.
Well, like it or not, we're here. Take us in.
I don't see any other arcs.
Construction should have been finished by now.
Could be worse.
How? Habitat 7's a bust. We might have started a war with the first aliens we met, and our Pathfinder's dead. This better be rock bottom.
Green across the board. Docking initiated.
All right. I got us here. Good luck, Pathfinder.
You gonna be okay, Ryder?
The captain just called me Pathfinder. This is really happening.
So welcome back. We are
Take a
now
deep
at
breath.
the Nexus.
This should have been my father's moment.
But now it's yours. You just need to decide what you're gonna do with it.
Where do I start? I'm just not sure I'm ready.
We weren't ready to fall out of the sky on Habitat 7, but we survived that.
Right. So, always keep a jump jet handy.
See a full-duty roster.
I just updated the charts.
First couple hours in Andromeda didn't go so well. Ran into some giant space debris. The golden world, not so golden. Father died. And now we've arrived at the Nexus, which is supposed to be the hub of Andromeda. And lights are off, construction's not finished, and nobody seems to be around. Let's find out what happened.
Okay, folks. This is what we've been waiting for. Let your teams know that docking procedures are now in effect. We've got 20,000 colonists still asleep, and we'll need somewhere to put them when the alarm clock goes off. As soon as we get clearance from the Nexus, we'll be following the
It'll be nice to see some friendly faces this time.
The Nexus runs a support crew, just enough to finish building the station and provide safe harbor for the Arks.
Means we can start waking our people up.
They built a bar, right? Gotta have champagne for the welcome party.
You're expecting one?
After what we've been through, I could use a buzz.
We all
Same.
could.
Yeah. Rough ride so far.
We'll bounce back. Real food and a shower are just ahead. Here we are.
So I do know this next section is a lot of running around the station, talking, getting to know what's going on in Andromeda, meeting who's in charge. There's some side quests that I will be doing. I have played through this part of the game. I will eventually let you know when I am beyond my knowledge of the game. But let's dive right in.
I don't see any champagne.
Where is everybody?
Avina.
Welcome to the Nexus, gateway to Andromeda. I'm Avina, a virtual intelligence designed to assist you with immigration.
Can you tell us where the welcome party is hiding?
I'm sorry, my code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations. Please select from the following pre-programmed responses.
What year is it?
The current year is 2819. After spending over 600 years in stasis, it's normal to feel disoriented or confused upon arrival. Our helpful medical staff can assist with any physical or psychological after effects you may be experiencing.
Well, she's got the date right, at least.
So where is everyone? What is the Nexus?
The Nexus serves as the central hub for the Andromeda Initiative's colonization efforts. It is the first destination for all colonists upon their arrival in the new galaxy. Please enjoy the many venues the Nexus has to offer. As the station expands, it will one day serve as the seat of government for Milky Way colonists. Providing a safe, stable, and prosperous environment is our primary goal.
Not from the looks of it.
What can you tell me about the Andromeda galaxy?
Here in Andromeda, you are over 2 million light-years away from the Milky Way galaxy. This is the furthest any life form has ever traveled outside our home system, making you a brave pioneer indeed. The Nexus itself is located in a region known as the Helios Cluster. Here, you and thousands of your fellow colonists will fulfill your dreams of settling a new home. Fortune awaits.
That's all.
It has been my pleasure. Please see one of our helpful immigration staff for further assistance.
Let's see if we can...
Welcome to your new home in Andromeda, where the brightest star is you. Current wait time for immigration processing is unknown error.
Well, that's no good.
Right. That was helpful.
Let's see if we can go find some of these helpful individuals.
Plants are still alive.
It's like they didn't finish building it.
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
There's a guy. Maybe he's got champagne.
Doubtful.
Hi there. We're from Hyperion, and wondering where everybody went.
Did he hear you?
There's something on my face.
Did you say an arc? This is the Nexus, right? Pretty sure we parked in the right place.
And for what it's worth, your VI over there could use an update.
Of course, I'm sorry. It's just, we thought you were all dead.
What?
Or captured, or lost in dark space, or... But you're here. You have no idea how much this means.
I don't believe it. I'm Tyrion Kandros. I lead our militia on the Nexus.
Yay, Turians.
I'm Scott Ryder. This is Cora Harper and Liam Costa, part of the Pathfinder team.
I'm sorry for the confusion. Our sensors told us an arc had arrived, but Helios is notorious for scrambling equipment. We thought you were just another malfunction.
But aren't you expecting us?
You're the first arc we've seen. After a year of waiting and no sign of the others, we shuttered this area and stopped looking.
You've been stranded for a whole year?
Longer. I'll fill you in on the way to Op Center.
They had a
Everything
rough
that
time
could go
too.
wrong with our plan has. We arrived 14 months ago. Right away, we hit a band of dark energy that knocked us off course.
We're familiar with it.
Then you'll know why we call it the Scourge. We lost whole sections of the station. A lot of people died. No power, no food. The chaos went on for months. It finally led to armed rebellion. When order was restored, the insurgents were banished. Exiles, we call them.
Are things back to normal?
Not even close. But you're here now, so maybe the worst is over.
No word from the other Pathfinders?
No word from anyone, period.
Any threats from the locals?
So far, we've stayed hidden. We're here.
You guys go ahead. I'll check out the security situation.
You should know our command structure has been fractured. Some of us are filling in for leaders who died.
Is it true?
They said drop everything and report for duty.
And no one was expecting an arc to finally show up.
Docking procedures are green across the board.
Stand by to merge Hyperion power into the grid.
Hello?
The crew of the Hyperion.
Good luck.
It is us. Thanks.
I'm Jaren Tan, director of the initiative. You have no idea how much your arrival means to us.
Not as much as it means to us. We had one hell of a time getting here. Nice to see some friendly faces.
Hungry faces. Any supplies you can spare would be appreciated.
This is Foster Addison. She oversees colonial affairs. Where's the Pathfinder?
Hello.
You're looking at him.
You're not Alec Ryder.
My father's dead. He made me his successor.
Alec is dead. Please understand, the entire initiative is at risk. None of the Golden Worlds panned out. They're a bust, and there's been no word from the other arcs.
What happened to them?
Unknown. Our supplies are nearly depleted. Rationing bought us some time, but even that's running out.
We need to find more resources, but that takes people, and we can't wake them up.
Until they have somewhere to live. A golden world.
Now more than ever, we need a Pathfinder.
It now falls to you, Ryder. Are you up to the task?
Let's hope so.
Well, we came a long ways for nothing if I'm not.
We'll all die if you're not.
That's no way to treat a guest. I'm Nak Morkesh, superintendent of this station. Hope they haven't scared you off already.
It's nothing personal, but now isn't the time for on-the-job training.
At least the Pathfinder here seems willing to try. We could use a fresh perspective.
You've heard my concerns. I'll leave you to it.
We're all feeling the pressure. Let's have a private word in my office, Ryder. We'll discuss giving you a scout ship. I'm happy to work out the details with your associate.
Welcome to the Nexus.
Thank you for standing up for me there.
Hope's in short supply here. What little we can find should have a chance to
Ma'am, the
prove-
Hyperion's core is now online.
Let me show you something. An hour ago, that was all dark. But with the power from your ship, you're keeping the lights on. You have my vote.
And when the power runs out?
You'd best go talk to Director Tan. Make sure that doesn't happen.
Right,
And don't
keep
be
the
shy.
lights on.
Come see me when you have a chance.
Let's work on that.
Taylor, where's Vector at?
Hello,
This is the planet where we landed. Habitat 7. It wasn't even close to livable.
That's been true of every world we found.
That's
Ryder,
unfortunate.
we were discussing your next expedition.
Good. I was starting to wonder who was in charge around here.
Director Addison is entitled to her opinion, and mine overrules hers.
Does she know that?
I oversee the entire initiative, and I have decided to give you a chance to prove yourself. To that end, the Scourge dealt us a serious blow. Whatever it is, our scientists theorize it's not natural.
An artificial energy cloud?
It wasn't here when we left the Milky Way, yet it rendered all the Golden Worlds unlivable. Then there's the aliens you ran into, the Ket. They're obsessed with alien structures we found scattered around the cluster. They'll do anything to prevent others from accessing them. It seems murder isn't exclusive to the Milky Way. And now the challenge is to settle a world in spite of all that. This one here. Eos.
How?
You need to increase the viability of the planet so we can establish an outpost. Then we can bring more colonists out of stasis. The more colonists we have, the more resources we can gather to support the Nexus. Everything depends on it. There are 6 worlds we hope to settle.
Okay, but you said every planet you found is unlivable. So, how do I...
A good Pathfinder would relish the challenge of solving it.
Right. I think I should go check on things.
I should go.
And if I fail, I guess it's no sweat off your back, right? You'll just look for another Pathfinder?
Placing bets on people is part of my job. Some of them pay off. Others...
The way I see it, you need me. If I pull this off, maybe you'll look like the leader you pretend to be.
Oof.
But first, you have to succeed at being the Pathfinder you pretend to be.
Oof. Fair.
Where's my ship?
Fair point.
They're prepping it now in the docking bay. The coordinates for Eos will be in the computer. And when you have a moment, we should discuss the missing arcs.
I was wondering about that. Ah!
Something wrong?
Ryder, please see me and Sam Node on the Hyperion. Your implant needs attention, and we need to discuss a confidential matter.
No, I'm fine.
So increasing the viability of the planets is one of the coolest things that you can do in this. That's a dead end. So most of this episode is going to be running around talking to different characters. Hello. That's it? You alright?
Hey, you okay?
I'm fine. My arms got the brunt of it.
Stuff exploding like this happen often?
Back right after the mutiny, we had a lot of this happening. But not lately.
I wasn't there during the mutiny.
Lucky. I thought we were done with this, honestly. That maybe I was just being paranoid.
You know what they say. It's not paranoia.
If someone is out to get you, yeah. 3rd time this week. It's getting worse. First one was small stuff. This one could have hurt bad if I'd been closer.
That's not good. Sorry, understatement.
Yeah. And now I have more repairs.
Did you talk to security about this?
How can I? For all I know, someone in security is the one doing this. I've scanned all the potential sabotage areas I can think of. But I don't know who to trust anymore.
Sounds like a lot went down before the Hyperion docked.
Yeah, I guess. Wait. That's it. You can't possibly be involved in this. You weren't even here during the mutiny.
True.
Would you, if you have time? Maybe you could help me. If they start hitting critical systems.
Sure thing. What can I do?
If you could scan these other panels while I fix this one, that'd really help. I've sent the locations to your Omni tool. Just send me the data when you're done.
Let's go ahead and do that real quick.
Find out why.
Pathfinder, to cover their tracks, the saboteur is overloading power to this panel from another junction relay. You can scan and trace the connective wiring to locate the surrogate panel.
Ooh. Up top.
Scanning power junction relays. This panel is malfunctioning. Without more data, I cannot determine if this is a normal malfunction or sabotage.
I'll just disable power to the panel until Raj can check it out.
What choice do we have? How the hell should I know? All right, what happened?
To who?
To whom? And your goddamn father.
Easy there.
Sorry, my face is tired
My
from dealing
father.
with everything.
Dead.
And right now, I just want to know what happened with Alec.
I don't want to get into it. Things went wrong. And now I'm the one you have to deal with.
Alec Ryder wouldn't accept that kind of ultimatum. Damned if I will. We'd never have left home if we... Not home. The Milky Way. This is home. This mess. We don't have a lot of options, Ryder. Maybe you'll prove your father right. After 14 months of failed colonization, forgive me if I don't hold my breath.
What about the hostiles?
There must be some kind of plan for encountering hostile aliens. We can't have been that naive.
We expected life, not an enemy that refuses to talk. They disinfect. We're nothing until we're bacteria. Sorry, 14 months and you stoop to poetry. That's how bad it is. Talk to Kandros if you haven't. He's unfortunately become the head of our military. And as soon as he realizes it, we're in the shit.
You don't trust him?
I trust him to defend us. I do not trust a rising military influence in a supposedly civilian initiative. We came here to make history, Ryder, not repeat it. Ugh, goddamn poetry.
There's also the strange technology. Has anyone studied that?
We've tried. Not me. The brains in research. They're supposed to know their business. The current excuse? The tech we dug up on Mars was more advanced, but it was plug and go. The tech here thinks different? I don't know. We've mostly avoided it. And from what the Hyperion logs say about Alec, maybe that's good.
Probably.
You've had no colony successes in over a year. How many tries is that?
Less than you'd think. The Scourge, spoiled worlds, exiles, hostiles. We can't just plop down an outpost and expect picket fences. We need the Pathfinder and Sam to scout, evaluate, and inspire.
Righto.
The initiative promised a goal. Andromeda has not cooperated.
And if it had?
Beautiful utopian horseshit. Colonies that produce and support each other. The Nexus a citadel, not headed by Tan, or even me.
Alright, let's keep going.
Excuse me, Director Addison.
Ryder?
It's Pathfinder.
Ryder, we're starving here. If we don't get a foundation of outposts to feed the initiative, we might as well be 600 years dead. Alec promised a lot. None of it panned out. That's what you're up against. Why people won't trust you. Why I don't trust you. Prove me wrong.
Alright. Give me a few days.
All personnel, be aware of any suspicious activity. Security is on heightened alert.
Container.
Yes,
Cache
I know.
real quick.
There you are. Hope the others haven't been giving you a hard time. There's a lot that needs doing.
I'd say.
At least with the Hyperion hooked up and feeding us power, my team and I can get more work done.
Kind of problems.
What sort
we
of
got?
problems have you seen on the Nexus?
Situation's gone to shit pretty much sums it up.
Everyone
There's
says the
Arcs
same.
missing. Some idiots tried to mutiny and take over, then more idiots offended my clan, so they left. And to
Oh.
top it all off, the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, was killed.
What happened to Jean Garson?
Killed in the Scourge disaster. Her and a bunch of the other leaders. Tan might know more.
And I thought the Hyperion had it bad when we arrived. Anything else?
The outposts aren't happening because we don't have resources or people, so Addison's more uptight than ever. And let's not forget how badly the station was damaged on arrival. But that's a detail, according to some. My team and I are repairing what we can. If we don't get materials soon, things will go downhill. Fast.
So we need to move quickly. What about the Krogan? Where'd they
I
go?
noticed there aren't a lot of Krogan around.
You haven't spoken to number 8 yet, have you?
Number 8?
Tan. Ask him why most of my people left. He'll have opinions. I can tell you this much. When the mutiny happened, a deal was made. My clan were supposed to settle matters and, in return, get more say in the initiative.
That didn't work out very well over in the Milky Way either.
Did the deal go through?
The clan held up their part, but Tan had a meltdown when he found out we wanted more say around here. Then Addison's assistant, Spender, pretended he never made the deal in the first place. It was a mess, but I don't blame my people for walking out. We're done being used.
With your clan gone, why did you stay?
It's complicated. The station and my clan both need me here.
Alright.
Nothing more for now.
Try not to die out there.
Good suggestion. Let me go get these other panels.
My crew's working on.
Nexus 4-ring circus. Yada yada yada. Lots of drama. Nobody likes anybody else. Got it. Good start to this whole adventure. Let me check out these sabotage locations. One over here.
No stand of the too small for listens.
You'd be surprised. There's also Birdvine in the seed bank.
There a connection point? No.
Andromeda.
You'd be surprised.
Another one over here.
Scan and trace the wiring to locate the panel that the saboteur used.
It goes back this way to where I just was. Right there.
Pathfinder, I received the data from Sam. It really is sabotage.
Any idea as to who it might be?
Yeah. All these panels were worked on by Zara. I just can't believe it.
Security video logs confirm that Zara Kellis worked on these panels, as well as the one Raj Patil encountered.
Well, shit. Any idea where she is now?
Kellis is currently working on a panel on the Hyperion main deck.
Well, that's not good. We're up. I'll be back.
Hyperion power draw is now at 100%.
What are you so upset about? Huh, everything? Me too. Where's she at?
What's the latest about Wake?
Zara Kellis?
Yes?
I have evidence you've been sabotaging the Nexus.
What? No, I'd never... I've been looking into this myself. I have the scans to prove it. Here. I'll transfer the scans I took to your Omni tool.
Funny. Raj was investigating the same thing, and it led us to you.
My scans point at Raj as the one. So unless someone was setting us both up, I just don't understand.
The data Miss Kellis has accumulated is strangely similar to Mr. Patel's. A third party seems likely.
The real saboteur could be setting you both up.
Because we both figured out something was going on? That would make sense. It's better than thinking Raj could have done this. But it means all the data I have is useless. Wish I had access to the security cams. I bet we could find something there.
Bet I can give access.
So whoever did this doesn't realize we're onto them. I'll check out the security cams. Raj, you there?
Yes. How did it go? Is it really her?
Wasn't her. She had proof pointing at you.
Back to the Nexus. The beginning of this is quite talky. There's a lot of stuff to run around and do on here. on the Nexus quests, side quests. Once I get off the station, though, the real game kind of opens up. Go ahead and check the security footage.
This file is useless. Let's check another. And another scrambled file.
Coincidence seems unlikely.
Let's check another. This file is also corrupted. Definitely not a coincidence. You'd need pretty high clearance to mess with the security camera files. Someone working for Kandros, maybe.
That is the most probable scenario.
Think you can get enough out of the files to find a match using biometric scans, Sam?
The files were badly scrambled, but if I combine all the available identifiers, it might work. Based on the limited information available, we are looking for a human male, assigned either to the Nexus or Hyperion. You will need to conduct scans from close proximity.
Oh boy.
Got it.
Scan every human male. Alright. Just scan through this real quick. Pause if you really care about reading it. Exiles.
Engineering update. We are working on accessing.
Oh wow. Is that always here? A Black Widow just hanging out in this box?
More power from the Hyperion.
That was my favorite gun, Mass Effect 3.
But the planet was toxic. What if they store oxygen in porous
Oh.
tissue, like Quiro's rockfish?
I still reckon they had breather gear stowed in that arm.
You must be the Pathfinder. Wonderful. You and your Sam are exactly what we need.
Thanks, Mr.
Professor Herrick, my colleagues and I will work with your Sam and the data you gather to solve Andromeda's scientific mysteries.
I'm usually out in the field, but I wouldn't mind talking shop. Lab. You know.
You are always welcome. Not that we've had much to study, with everyone cooped up for 14 months.
But your data on the Scourge flows like poetry. Now we can better advise on repairing the damage it caused.
And maybe Addison will give us a real workspace. Who can think with all this racket?
Okay.
All personnel, be aware of any suspicious activity. Security is on heightened alert.
Let's go talk to...
You're in the
This
forest?
is a nightmare.
What district?
Moss.
It's
not right. It's not fair.
Not a fit?
What's wrong?
Good you got out before screwing out.
Oh
then.
my, you're...
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So it's true. A Pathfinder has found us. There's hope at last. Maybe you could help. You're impartial. This whole thing has gotten so political.
That's never
My
fun.
husband, he's locked up and slated for exile for a crime he didn't commit.
What was his crime?
What exactly was he convicted of?
They don't exile you for petty theft. Well, maybe this bunch would. They say it's murder. They're calling him the first murderer in Andromeda, but the dead man was his friend. He wouldn't have. There are witnesses and evidence, but it's all circumstantial. At worst, it was an accident. His name is Nilken Rensis. He could give you the details if you were willing to speak with him. Please.
Sure.
I'd be happy to.
He's not guilty.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure the jailer will allow you a visit. Please, tell Nilken I love him.
Will do. Talk to Kandros. Head of security.
The others bent your ear, did they?
Something like that?
You get used to it. Just focus on being a Pathfinder. Can't argue with results, though they'll try. Anyway, welcome to Militia HQ. Excuse the mess. This office fields militia work, Nexus security, and looking for the Turian Ark.
What's the word on the Turian Ark?
Scattered readings. Some indicate the Natanus was destroyed, others that people are alive. Who knows? If you need anything, come see me, even if it's just a vent.
What do you know about the enemies we've encountered? The Ket?
We usually see them on worlds with those alien structures. The Ket don't take kindly to anyone studying them. Not sure why. They don't talk to us. Every time we cross paths, there's a fight or they take prisoners.
Why? What do they want?
No one knows. But I've seen their weaponry and what they do to those prisoners. I want them a long, long way from the Nexus.
You talk like you weren't part of the leadership. How did you end up commanding the militia?
I was escorting a prospecting team on some moon when those Ket found us. They penned us like cattle for experiments. I managed to get loose, snatched a gun, and freed the others. By the time we killed the bastards and headed back to warn the Nexus, everyone looked at me like I was in charge.
That sounds familiar.
The militia
does
grew
sound
from
familiar.
there. Funny, once the heat is on, all kinds of people rise to the top.
Alright. Go ahead and move
Bye,
on.
Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
Is this strike team
This
missions?
console reports on the militia's current strike team missions, Pathfinder. Please speak with Tyr and Kandros for authorization to participate.
That's the console for our strike teams.
What are they?
So I hear.
Assault and extraction squads. When we need the best, I have Apex, combat experts who've signed up to defend us. Since you have a front row view of the cluster, I can give you authority to dispatch them.
I'll deploy your people carefully, Kandros.
Appreciate that, Ryder. But trust me, Apex can handle themselves. Authorization complete. Good luck out there.
So, I wish I had played Mass Effect Andromeda sooner, because the strike team system here actually combines the single player of Mass Effect Andromeda and the multiplayer. So, similar to other games like Assassin's Creed, you can send out squads that you set up. They have different levels and they level up as you complete more missions. The missions get more and more difficult. There's different traits that affect their chances of success. And then you also have these Apex missions where if I were to select it and start it, it would transfer me into the multiplayer game where I could play a match similar to Mass Effect 3's multiplayer and get rewards for both my multiplayer and single player games. As it stands though, and as you can see, I have played this before and I have a few squads here. The last time I played, you can select the squad, start the mission, and they will head out. Now the chance of success of this is 94%, so I'll send them out as well. And then after 5 hours for this mission, 2 hours for this mission and an hour for this mission, they'll return and I can get some rewards, which I can open here. And it gives you items, credits, materials to use in your single player campaign. It's a pretty cool system, and I wish that I could have done more of the multiplayer. But when I checked out multiplayer, it seemed that it was dead. I kind of want to give it another go at some point and see if I can actually get into a game. But I suspect that's not going to work too well, or it would have extremely long wait times. So let's get back to this station sabotage and do some scans of people around and see if we can find the saboteur.
Inaccurate match.
Wasn't him.
Biometrics do not match.
Was not him. So now we need to go to Hyperion, scan our ship.
Inaccurate match.
Not him.
Scan results show a partial positive. Target is most likely suspect.
And it's suspicious that he's in a panel.
Dale Atkins reports to Kandros' department, assigned to station security.
Dale Atkins, right? We need to talk.
Look, not to be rude, but I have work to do.
Is that what sabotage is called these days? Work?
You're pretty arrogant for the new kid. You don't even know what's been going on.
Proof says you've been up to no good.
Figures. Screw this. Screw all you hypocrites on this station. You weren't here when they kicked out our loved ones. Mutiny? We just wanted answers.
So you're blowing up panels?
My sister is out there. I don't even know if she's alive or...
I'm sorry for what happened, but setting explosives isn't the answer.
Not even close.
Neither was sending people into exile because they didn't agree with policy. I don't care what you think. The mutiny leaders were right to demand to know what was going on.
You could have hurt people, killed them.
Like those who got killed when the leadership had the Krogan stomp on my friends? I'm done talking. I confess, it was me. Do whatever you want.
Not up to me.
Not my call. The Nexus leaders will make that decision.
That lot make a decision. That'll be the day.
I hope somebody escorted him off. So we gained some Andromeda viability there just by protecting, I guess, the Nexus and the Hyperion from saboteurs. So that's kind of how it goes as you progress through the game and you do side quests or discover new areas, stop the cat invasion in different places. You'll gain viability points, which allows you to upgrade other parts of the Nexus or the ship or planets that you start to habitat. Yeah. It says I need to come here for something. I think this is where I need to go to.
I'll make it right, Dash. I
I
promise.
know why I need to talk to this guy.
Pathfinder, I'm Nigel McCoy. Just got out of cryo.
Welcome to Andromeda, Nigel.
It's hell. Welcome here, though.
It's bittersweet, though. My little brother Dash was stationed on the Nexus. I just learned he died on Eos, trying to start a settlement.
That's awful. I'm sorry, Nigel.
Yeah. We were gonna start families out here together. I have a pendant our father wore. Dash had its match. Will you reunite them?
Of course.
In his digital journal, he mentioned a spot on Eos where he'd go to think. If you could leave the pendant there.
Sure thing. Dr. Carlisle.
Ryder, good to see you. Damn shame about your dad, though. I'm sorry we couldn't save him.
I'm sure you did everything you could.
Yeah, but still, we lost a Pathfinder on my watch. Doesn't sit right.
My dad knew the danger. Part of the job.
Now I just need to make sure your sister here pulls through.
How is she doing?
How's Sarah doing?
Her condition's stable. I see signs of REM activity in the brain, so she's dreaming. Means all the wiring still works.
How'd this happen?
It was dumb luck, really. We hit the Scourge at the worst possible moment, just as the stasis revival was kicking in. It's a vulnerable moment, coming out of a 600-year nap, then wham! Circuits fried and overloaded the neural pathways. Don't worry, I'm on it. We're not losing another Ryder.
Alright.
That's all, Harry. Thanks.
Don't be a stranger. If anything changes with Sarah, I'll let you know.
Thank you. And we got Hayes here. Anything?
Ryder.
Hayes, how's the wound?
Doc says I'll live. So this goes from a life-threatening gunshot to a story I'll tell my grandkids someday.
She was
With
on
no need to exaggerate.
the planet.
That was a
got
tough
shot.
fight on Habitat 7.
Just glad to be on the other side of it.
It's cool how they have, like, the writers for Mass Effect have always been really good with keeping all the characters and things that happen. They'll pop up at some point that you could talk to them and see how they're doing
Greer,
later on.
How you feeling?
Grateful. If you and Liam hadn't found me in that cave, God knows what those aliens would have done.
We couldn't leave a man behind.
Yeah, your father, and Kirkland.
We'll never forget their sacrifice. It's a brave thing, risking your life for the greater good.
Yeah, just seems unfair. I barely got here. I'm sorry I'm not out there with you, but Kirkland was a friend, and I'm not cut out for this anymore.
Understood. Habitat 7 was a nasty wake-up call. You take care, Greer.
You too. Thanks again.
And I bet if I let those aliens beat up on him at the very beginning and he had died, he would not be here. I mean, obviously he's dead, but they would have taken that into account.
Fisher, glad to see you're doing better.
That was some expedition, hey? Captain said I'm going in the log as the first human to make contact with the Kett. And Kirkland's the first casualty. Wish it could have gone differently.
I'm sure there are decent aliens here in Andromeda too. We just have to find them.
Well, I heard you're Pathfinder now. The sooner you figure out where they're hiding, the better.
Will do. Chin up.
Alright, let's do this. Take a look at the missions. Nexus, first murder. I gotta go talk to the prison guard about that. Need to go speak with Tan again. That. And then I have to go back to the Hyperion and talk to Sam. So let's go investigate this murder real quick, and we're almost done, I believe. The first Nexus. Takes a little while, about an hour. Almost this entire video is going to be running around on the Nexus, and I wanted to try and complete the Nexus by the end of this video so we can actually start into exploring planets and trying to make this place a better place to live.
Help you?
Pathfinder Ryder, here to see Nilken Rensis.
Ah, our murderer. Wife's here all the time. Guess she told you her sob story. Nilken, you're moving up in the world. There's a Pathfinder wanting to chat with you.
A Pathfinder, huh? They called in the big guns to exile Andromeda's first murderer.
Your wife's all broken up over this. She says you didn't do it, and that she loves you.
She's a wonderful person.
Which she probably has said.
At this point, it's too late. They found me guilty.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
I was part of the futile effort to set up a colony on Eos. We were on our last legs, overrun by hostiles, our leader dead. The security chief, Reynolds, my friend, he refused to call for evacuation. I argued with him. Everyone saw.
So when he was killed, people assumed you did it?
For good reason. He ordered us to regroup and counterattack. We were moving through a sandstorm. I saw movement, thought it was the Ket, and I guess I panicked and fired. Witness saw the chief's chest explode.
Sounds like an accident.
That's what I told them. But I was enraged when we argued. There's a recording. It's ugly. Everyone's certain I did it on purpose so we could evacuate. Only my word otherwise.
I'll check out the evidence. Maybe something doesn't add up.
It'd be nice to have someone with an open mind looking at it. You're a Pathfinder. I'm sure Kandros would give you access. Maybe there's still hope.
Well, even if he accidentally did it, he'd still receive some kind of punishment.
No news on the Turian Ark yet? Or is this militia business?
Murder case.
I spoke with Nilken Rensis, the man found guilty of the murder on Eos.
Yes, our first murder here in Andromeda. I wish it had been our last. When the colony attempts failed, it didn't help spirits that a high-ranking officer was killed by one of our own. The mutiny here on Nexus was probably inevitable, but this acted as a spark.
So there was a trial and he was found guilty?
It was short and decisive. Despite the lack of physical evidence, everything added up. His only defense was, trust me, I didn't mean to do it.
Hmm.
And you assume he's lying?
What's a lie to a murderer?
It's
Look,
true.
Knock yourself out. A key witness, Cassidy Shaw, works in operations. Go ahead and talk to her. And there's a recording of the perpetrator threatening the victim. I'll let you cue it up on the console there. As far as I'm concerned, this case is closed.
Bye, Kandros.
Let's go
Duty
check
calls.
out the other
You and me
evidence.
both, Pathfinder.
Tempest crew should report to the docking area at
The Nexus versus colonist Nilken, evidence 7A.
Hiram! Hiram! They've seized the compound! Call for evacuation! We're not giving up, Nilken. We're taking it back. No! I'm not letting your ego get us killed! Even if I have to...
Even if you have to what?
No! Get him off me! Get him off me!
That doesn't sound good. Threatening to kill him. Let's see, where's Shaw? Up here?
Alright, moving on. Docking clamps?
Cassidy Shaw? I'm Scott Ryder. I'm looking into the Nilken murder case.
Oh man, I thought that was over with.
Have you heard the audio recording of their fight?
Yes.
I helped pull him off Chief Reynolds. You could see it in his eyes. He was gonna kill him. Then in the sandstorm, I had a pretty clear view of the Chief. He looked right at Nilkin and shouted no. Then his chest burst open. I'll never forget it. The look on his face was pure shock.
His chest burst open, though?
Did you see any cat in the vicinity?
Nilkin said so, but not that I could see. Still, the sandstorm was severe. Visibility wasn't great.
If they'd fought and Nilkin threatened to kill him, why was Reynolds surprised?
Fronts fight, say things they don't mean, maybe even hurt each other. But you don't expect your best friend to shoot you. To me, that's the saddest part. The Chief's heart was broken right before it exploded.
Did Nilkin seem remorseful?
I lost sight of Nilkin in the turmoil. When we found him, he seemed in shock. He couldn't speak. He looked nauseated. Could have been guilt. The reality of the act sinking in.
Reynolds was leading you back to retake the compound. Did you agree with that?
It wasn't my place to agree or disagree. He was ranking officer. In retrospect, it is ironic. If he hadn't been killed, we all probably would have died.
I appreciate the information.
Of course. It kills me we had to leave him behind. He deserved a proper funeral.
So the body was never examined? Important piece of a murder investigation.
Tian wouldn't allow a mission to go back for him. Said it was too dangerous.
Interesting. So now we gotta talk to Tan about 2 different quests. Go ahead and do that, and then I think we're out of here.
Ryder, you may have a less than flattering view of me, but I want to express my condolences for your father.
I appreciate it.
I didn't know him very well, although I understand he played a key role in planning the initiative. I'm sure he'd be concerned that we still have several arcs missing.
Any idea where they went?
Nothing certain, but tens of thousands of colonists are unaccounted for. It paints the initiative in an unflattering light. Did you have some other business?
I'm looking into the Nilkin Rensis murder charge.
And?
I want to go to Eos and retrieve Chief Reynolds' body.
That isn't usually Pathfinder business.
First murder in Andromeda.
It is today.
And I'm impartial. Figured you'd want to get it right.
Settling an outpost comes first. But I suppose I have no objections. Physical evidence will only bolster the case.
The more certain we can be, the better.
All right, but let's keep it quiet. I don't want people thinking we're reopening the case. I hope anything you find reaffirms what's been done, but if it sheds a different light, we'll deal with it. We'll send the coordinates of the murder scene. Good luck.
Any more information you can give me
See
on
what
the
he can
missing
say
arcs?
about
No,
more information
and
here.
that is the distressing part. The Asari, Turian, and Solarian arcs are completely unaccounted for. If they had the same problems with the Scourge that we did, I fear the worst. Should you find any clues, please investigate. Without the other arcs, the promise of the initiative can never be fulfilled.
Are there any other arcs we should expect?
We had hoped Quarians would be part of the first wave, but before departure in 2185, we got word they had technical problems with their ship. It seems they're also bringing along Drell, Hanar, and other species as well.
Interesting.
Managing all of their biological needs caused complications. We won't see them for some time to come.
Okay. Go ahead and ask him
As
his role.
director of the initiative, are you in charge around here or what?
If the others would allow me, they don't see me as the rightful successor.
So how does anything get done?
In theory, Kesh handles the Nexus's physical operations, Kandros runs the militia, and Addison manages colonial affairs. I oversee all of it. In practice, we argue, debate, and yell at each other until a decision is made. If we're lucky. It is maddening.
Okay.
What do I need to consider in making a planet viable?
This is interesting
Assuming the
stuff.
planet supports life, an outpost is critical. People like a roof over their heads, and you'll want to eliminate any hostile threats. Whether
No.
that's the cat or other terrors lurking in Helios, colonists being murdered on sight can be discouraging.
Understandably.
Also, scouting and mapping terrain is a priority for any Pathfinder. And don't forget forward stations. You'll want those.
What can you tell me about forward stations?
I was afraid you'd ask. It's mostly what the engineers tell me. A forward station allows mining, equipment repairs, and resupply for field teams. I mean, who wouldn't want that? But seeing as how every colonization effort has failed, it's just theory at the moment. You get to test it out, Ryder.
All right.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
Of course, as you pointed out, we need each other. Our futures depend on each other's success.
All right, let's get out of here, I believe. Murder evidence is down on the planet, so we can't do that. Priority ops. Speak with Sam on the Hyperion. Let's go do that. Running. Back to the ship. Sam node.
Hello, Scott. Welcome back to Sam node. I've adjusted my connection to your implant. The headache you experienced before shouldn't reoccur.
Yeah, what was that about? You said we need to discuss something confidential.
You should know certain facts before you leave on your expedition. It seemed best we speak alone.
I don't understand the need for secrecy.
Your father felt it was for the best.
What was he trying to hide?
My true capabilities. Alec overrode the implant's safety protocols. It allows me unrestricted access to the Pathfinder's physiology.
And that's me now.
And only you. I can act as a force multiplier, dramatically enhancing your motor and neural skills when required. Alec called them profiles. They provide unique tactical augmentation during combat. Your father preferred to keep this fact to himself.
I can understand. People might get the wrong idea. Super soldiers. A computer having control over a human.
Providing an enhancement to the human. It is a symbiotic relationship that benefits both.
What do you get out of it?
Though I'm artificial in design, I am fully sentient, far beyond what even the Initiative understands.
I don't follow. You're an AI. So what's different?
I am a new form of AI, drawing directly from the human experience. Your implant is my window into the world.
I'm still the boss.
That's pretty amazing.
But beyond what many people will accept, your father knew some would fear it.
Yeah, he's got a point. So what does this mean for the two of us?
I find myself in an unusual position. Though I had access to your father's experiences, there is a gap in my understanding.
How so?
He placed a block on portions of my memory array.
Why?
Perhaps so when you asked me what his plan was, I wouldn't know.
Why would he do that?
And Dad strikes again.
But not without recourse. The further you explore as a Pathfinder, the more blocks will be removed. Perhaps you should begin in your father's quarters. In the meantime, unless you have more questions, your new ship awaits.
Thanks.
Yes, so profiles. I haven't really gotten too much into this, but as you level up and unlock more skills in certain specializations, so like this requires 24 points invested into combat. We go down to the Sentinel, which is what I'm planning on doing. You need 3 points in biotics and tech to unlock the Sentinel tree. And then when you get that, you get all these additional bonuses. And then the profile will also level up. And those bonuses will level up as well. Let's see, I did level up. So let's go in here. I needed to do 3 in biotics and tech. I already have 3 points in overload. So let's do... Let me look and see. Overload is a detonator. It detonates combo primers, so... But also... Overload also primes them. because then concussive shot was detonating and creating a tech explosion. So I know throw detonates primers. Full primes. Shockwave, backlash. Damage against enemy weak points. And detonates. Trying to remember what the Sentinel had. And I don't really remember. Shockwave is a close range AoE. Or that's the line. Nova's the close range AoE. Tempted to just do pull for now. If I unshield them with overload, it'll lift them up, and then I can hit them with concussive shot, and it should do the same thing as throw. Let's go ahead and do pull for now. I can always respec later once I figure out more what I want to do. Do that. Confirm it. Now we've unlocked the Sentinel profile at rank 1, so we can come over here. Now we are Sentinel, so we have extra combo damage, faster tech recharge, power shield cost reduction, power restoration and defense bonuses, and we get tech armor, which absorbs a significant amount of whatever damage gets past the shields. So it seems like it's just a passive damage reduction if my shields go down, which definitely seems like a good thing to have. So let's head back to the ship. I'm running around the long way. And I think what I'll probably do, since I'm already an hour and 10 minutes into this, is we will end the video here and pick it up, leaving the docking bay on our new ship. So that's it for episode 2. Judging by the way that went, I'm going to say that each episode is going to be about an hour long, give or take a few minutes. Next episode, we will be getting onto our ship, heading planet side to explore, set up our first colony, and probably get into some combat. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.